Hey my sweethearts, welcome back to my channel. It's Kiki here. I hope you and yours are doing great. If it's your first time in here, welcome. On my channel, I love to talk about fragrances within my collection and also share some fragrance education. Now, spring is upon us. The air is brighter, the air smells nicer, the flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping. So what better way to start off the season than to talk about some amazing spring-based fragrances that you can wear. I got this idea from a subscriber who wanted to know minimalism fragrances that are geared towards this season. So if you're interested in learning about these fragrances, why don't you get settled, get hydrated, and let's get into the video. In springtime, you want to gravitate towards fragrances that mimic how the environment is. And so you want to get floral based notes like white florals or yellow florals. Then you want to get fragrances that are mood boosting, that, evoke some sense of happiness and also helps you feel like you're restarting the year or you're resetting the year. So you want to go towards citrus based notes like bergamot notes or freesia in your fragrances. So that's why you see a lot of perfumers making fragrances or launching fragrances typically with these notes at this time of the year. So we're going to start off with a great freshie that is quite popular and definitely worth the hype. And I'm referring to none other than Laventure Femme by Haramain. If you don't have this fragrance in your collection, what are you doing? This is a beautiful musky, woodsy fragrance with an overdose of freshness. The notes here are pineapple, blackcurrant, bergamot, wild berries, cedar, freesia, rose, musk, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. This is a beautiful fragrance with amazing longevity. When you're talking about well-rounded fragrances, Laventure Femme should definitely be on that list because this is one that has a great combination of freshness with sweetness, and then there's a tartness. Now, the tartness comes from the bergamot and the blackcurrant. Blackcurrants are typically known to be slightly on the cusp of being sweet yet sour. So there's something in the middle that blackcurrant brings to fragrances. And then you have bergamot, which is sharp, it's very citrusy, and at the same time tart. But the combination of those two notes gives you like a juiciness that is hard to explain. Then bringing in the sweetness from the pineapple, this right here makes your mouth water. It's so delicious, and the longevity is beyond this world. Like, this is one of those fragrances that would stay on your clothes for days. The sillage, whew, you're getting compliments because this thing, once you wear it here, I'm telling you, a block, okay, that's exaggerated. But once you wear this, just a few sprays, and they're going to be smelling you down the hallway. When wearing this fragrance, you have to have some level of confidence because it's an announcer. It's very juicy. It's very, beast mode. It's quite loud, but in a nice way. It's not like an aggressive fragrance, but it's one that asserts itself. Of all the things I say today, remember this. You need to get this fragrance in your collection because it just creates a persona that makes you feel like you are that girl. It's not doing too much, but it's the right fragrance to have. It is very airy from that freesia, but at the same time, it is sweet. It has the muskiness that just rounds it together. I always say this, musk in a fragrance is the perfect rounder, and that's what it does with Laventure Femme. This is an inspiration or a dupe for Creed Adventures for Her. A beautiful fragrance to welcome you into the season of spring that is fresh and just a delight to have. Another one from Haramain is Amberwood Gold Edition, and my goodness, this right here is iconic already. It has a cult following and definitely deserves it. Anyway, Amberwood Gold Edition is a gorgeous, sweet fragrance with elements of musk in it. The notes here are melon, bergamot, musk, vanilla, amber, pineapple, woodsy notes, sweet notes, and green notes. If you're having a bad day, and you want to just feel better, spray this fragrance. You know what's going to happen? Everyone is going to compliment you. People are going to stop you and ask you what you're wearing. I can bet you on anything that that's what's going to happen when you wear this fragrance. It is that good. I don't know what was put in here. Now, people compare this to Herba Pura. I see the similarities, but I wouldn't say it's an exact one-to-one. But you know what? My nose may be acting up. There's something very watery about this fragrance, which I think stops it from being nauseating in its sweetness. So it almost feels like there's that aquatic vibe, almost ozonic, very marine like that I'm getting here. But that it's not salty at all. But I just feel that this fragrance is light in the way it's designed or crafted, which is a great thing I love about this one. But this right here, it's potent, and in a very good way. A crazy thing I love to do is to layer this with Naxos, which is another stunning fragrance that I really love. And that combination, there is no way you're not getting that contract signed if you're going for a business meeting. This is one of those fragrances too that you can wear, you know, for meetings, night outs, you know, hanging out with people, trying to get a connect or network. Another inoffensive fragrance, inoffensive to the core, worn by guys, worn by ladies. In fact, this is a great gift idea. If you do not know a fragrance to give people, I would say get them this fragrance because, again, look at the packaging. It's very sleek. It looks pretty expensive. And the price, come on now. This is a 120 ml bottle. And I think when I got this, this was in like the 30-40 range. Yeah, definitely worth it. If you haven't gotten your nose on Amberwood Gold edition, definitely do. This is a masterpiece. Next, we have Nada Aqua Perfume by Nassim Perfumes. And this is a relatively new fragrance in the market. What attracted me to it were the notes and the color of the bottle. I love bright colors. The notes here are rose, jasmine, raspberry, vanilla, peach, plum, sandalwood, and musk. Let me tell you, when I got this fragrance, I wasn't impressed. It was sort of light. It just didn't do anything for me. And that's because I got this, I think, in winter. So I wanted something really bold and heavy, and that didn't cut for me. But I've allowed this to sit for a few months, and am I so glad I did. This right here is one that you should definitely get if you're looking for a fragrance that is not too loud. This is definitely a pretty fragrance that I see you wearing if you're going out for brunch or you just are in an intimate type of setting, because it's not a loud one. But if people come close to you, want to give you a hug, they're definitely going to smell it. This is like I smell pretty naturally type fragrance. Things I love about this fragrance beyond the notes, of course, is the atomizer. Look at this. It's like you're having a bath. Oh, this is so inoffensive. And then it is an oily fragrance. So it has an oily base. This is what it looks like once sprayed. Can you see? I initially thought this was just watery, but this fragrance is creamy. Look at it. You can see it. So it's pretty creamy. This orange is just the bottle. The juice itself is like whitish or creamy like, and that's how the fragrance is. So see, it's yeah. So it leaves an oily base once sprayed. Look at that. There's some aspects of sandalwood here that makes it or gives it the balsamic quality that I'm getting. Yeah, this is a very grounding fragrance, but it's still pretty and very light. When it dries down, it becomes softer, it becomes creamier. The dry down just makes it very like, I don't say addictive, but like my skin but better, you know, my scent but better. That's what I'm getting. Such a pretty fragrance. So if you're looking for something soft, ultra feminine, this is a very feminine fragrance that it just makes you, you know, feel happy and pretty. I definitely will recommend Nada. Next, we have Amarat Al Esas by Ard Al Zafaran. As you can see, this is a favorite because look at where I am at. And I've had this for less than a year. This is another pretty girl fragrance. It sits closer to your skin, but I love it because it's a creamy, spicy fragrance with some floral notes. Notes here are gardenia, orange blossom, peony, coconut, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, white musk, sandalwood, and amber. This is one of those fragrances that I love to wear at nighttime. After a good bath or shower, I put this on and it literally smells like I have the nicest, most expensive cream or lotion on my body. That is how this fragrance smells. I love the way it looks as well. This is a pretty bottle to me. This one, a lot of people say smells a lot like Cristal Noir. I haven't tried Cristal Noir, so I can really attest to the similarities in its smell, but if it does, then that's great. I don't get the spiciness from the black pepper, cardamom, or ginger. What you're getting here is more of the floral notes as well as the creaminess from the coconut and the amber. Lovely fragrance to have. Very, very beautiful. And yeah, you should check it out. Now, if you want something really spicy for springtime, please check out Rare Tiffany by Afnan. Look at this bottle. This looks like something you find under the sea, like in Maldives. It's just breathtaking. It's so beautiful and also intoxicating. Now, Red Tiffany has notes of ylang ylang, jasmine, rose, musk, sandalwood, ginger, pepper, caramel, and vanilla. Yellow florals are really not done so well or a lot in fragrances, but this right here shows what or how yellow florals should be explored in fragrances. You know, it has the ylang ylang here, which just gives it the sweetness that is almost like something creamy from banana, like thick from banana, and then ginger. That's what I'm getting from this fragrance. It is so intoxicating, okay? Women, this is geared towards you. I don't know that men would really enjoy this, but it's such a sweet, spicy fragrance. The floral notes of the jasmine, oh my gosh, you find it peeking through the fragrance as it gets into the air. But the spiciness from the ginger doesn't go anywhere, and the pink pepper. Basically, the ginger takes the shine throughout this fragrance as well as the ylang ylang and the floral notes with the sweetness of the caramel. If those sounds like things you want in a fragrance, you should check this out. This one is one you want to be careful with as well because it is beast mode. It stays on your clothes. I made the mistake of wearing this at nighttime and I could just still smell it. I had to open up the window because of how thick and intoxicating the fragrance was for me. So yeah, that's interesting coming from me, right? I think I made a mistake of just wearing it at nighttime to bed. So don't do that. But it is a rich fragrance that will make you smell expensive if that's the vibe you're going for. For the perfect vanilla fragrance for springtime, I present Casmat Ebha by Rasasi. This is one of the most enjoyable vanilla fragrances ever. And for springtime, this is perfect to wear. This is a beautiful vanilla floral fragrance with heavy notes of apple. It is a beautiful blend, making it such an addictive fragrance that will get you so much compliments. It is so, so beautiful. The notes in this fragrance are vanilla, of course, green apple, lemon, orris root, jasmine, lotus, damask rose, praline, vanilla, musk, and tonka bean. It's a beautiful vanilla fragrance. It's a 65 ml bottle and I love the way it's shaped. It's easy to hold in the hand. I've had this for a while and I'm just right here. I don't know that you can go through a full bottle in a year because it's very, very potent. So if you're looking for the perfect vanilla fragrance that is quite floral and sweet to enjoy in springtime, definitely check out Ebha. Does you justice in terms of how you enjoy this fragrance. It's very addictive, very sensual. People say it smells like Fifth Delicious by Christian Dior or Casablanca, or I think there's La Danza. That's the name of the fragrance. So if those are fragrances that you really enjoy, you should definitely check out Ebha by Rasasi. In all my years of collecting fragrances, no fragrance bottle has garnered me the most comments questions or compliments than this one. And I'm referring to Chef d'Oeuvre by Rituals of Ampa. There is no way this camera is going to capture the beauty, the work of art that is this bottle. Y'all, let's end this video here because I don't know what to say. When I picked this up, I was staring at this bottle for like a good 5-10 minutes. I couldn't get the beauty of this fragrance bottle. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just get it just because of the bottle, because the price blows my mind. Chef d'Oeuvre is another relatively new fragrance in the market, and I really love this one because it's such a rich, very opulent, fruity fragrance. The notes in here are Madagascar vanilla, fruits, white musk, amber, Sicilian orange, Sicilian lemon, and Calabrian bergamot. Now you can tell by those notes that this is not a run-of-the-mill regular fruity fragrance. This, however, reminds me a lot of Street Dinner by Quinto Canto. The separating factor here is that this, in the dry down, has like that extra sweetness and creaminess from the Madagascar vanilla, which elevates it. Also, the bergamot here gives it a special freshness. So it's like a fresh, fruity fragrance with some creaminess from the vanilla. When I tell you that this is also very, very, very potent, please believe me, it's an extractor perform, and it definitely acts that way in terms of its performance. Very new in the market. I've not heard anyone talk about it, but I think you should check it out. I need to look more into this brand because I'm so in love with the packaging. You should see the box. The box is heavenly, okay? And nothing about this screams cheap. I got it for a very affordable amount, even though I know it typically retails over $100 and something. I got this for around $45 full price. It's an addictive, fresh, fruity fragrance that is very, very enjoyable in springtime and worth having in your collection. This is so addictive. Oh my gosh. Get this one. Tell me thank you, because this is worth having in your collection. I've heard about this one from everyone and their friends, and I'm talking about Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi. This is another fruity floral fragrance that uplifts your mood. There's no way you're gonna wear Jasmine Wisp and not feel very happy and bubbly, because that's how this fragrance just makes you feel. Okay, it's a combination of fruits with some flowers, and then you have the sweetness from the vanilla. The notes here are grapefruit, mandarin orange, lemon, passion fruit, white flowers, pear, coconut, peach, vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. You are going to intoxicate those around you. Okay, so that's why I'm like, this right here is one of those addictive fragrances. Excitement in a bottle, sensuality in a bottle, sweetness in a bottle. Now imagine the candied fruits mixed with like heavy cream and extra sugar. That's what Jasmine Wisp, becomes in a bottle, and you don't need a lot of it. This is another potent fragrance. You can wear this across the year, but in springtime, it really shines through. Another ultra feminine fragrance that is perfect for springtime. I've got something for my patchouli lovers. You've got a fragrance for springtime, and I'm talking about MADWAI by Arabian Oud. I mean, look at this bottle. It's so luxurious looking, very elegant looking, beautiful. The more I look at it, the more it reminds me of a pillar post. Is that just me? Anyway, this right here is a fruity floral fragrance with the spiciness from the patchouli. Now, the beauty of the fragrance to me is in the dry down. That's where the potency comes alive. The notes in this fragrance are peach, apple blossom, pineapple blossom, wild rose, musk, and patchouli. This opens up very rich with a heavy dose of musk, and the sweetness of the peach here works together, giving you that fruity appeal. And then the flowers here really blossom, pun intended, because the pineapple blossom and the apple blossom just gives it a very bubbly persona, at the opening of the fragrance. However, to me, the true beauty of this fragrance is in the dry down. The patchouli becomes very mesmerizing. I love patchouli in fragrances, so maybe that's why I am in quote biased about this. MADWAI is a fragrance you wear when you want to stand out. Wear this fragrance in a room of the wealthiest people, and you are going to be the best smelling person in that room. Telling you, this fragrance evokes some feeling of or some sense of opulence. It feels very regal. There's something very sophisticated about MADWAI. It's just in the way the juice is concocted, and I think the patchouli here lends itself to that feeling. But patchouli is a very underrated fragrance note in terms of elegance in the way a fragrance smells. I'm telling you, if you look at some of the very best fragrances, they have patchouli in them, and MADWAI highlights the beauty of that note in fragrances. It is also another potent fragrance that will do a good full day on your clothes, on your skin. We'll say maybe a good 6 to 8 hours, and then it becomes a skin scent. I adore this fragrance. I wear it only on special occasions, when I want to command the room, when I want to be the star of the room, because you're not going to be smelling like every other person. If you love patchouli in your fragrances, this one is a no-brainer for you. Last but not the least, a fragrance that I truly love, and one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Afnan. I'm talking about Souvenir Floral Bouquet, the beautiful white egg with a gold bouquet at the top. And this right here, a dupe for Delina, is a stunning fragrance to have in springtime because it is basically a floral monster. It is the very best floral notes mixed together with the extra sweetness and the muskiness, making it a beast mode fragrance that is so enjoyable to and for everyone. I recently featured this in a video for Afnan dupes, so go check that out so I don't bore you. But in a nutshell, this is a sweet floral fragrance. The sweetness and the flowers definitely comes from the lily of the valley. Lily of the valley is one of the sweetest, most potent flowers used in perfumery, and so that present in this fragrance gives it that extra kick of sweetness, which is very enjoyable. Now the bergamot here is synthetic, of course, so you probably get a sharpness at the opening. If that is okay by you, then you would definitely enjoy this, because that sharpness just lasts for a short period of time. This is a beast, okay? This will stay for days on your clothing, so you need to know where you're going to and what you're wearing before spraying this on, because this doesn't go away. So yeah, definitely check out Floral Bouquet, an enjoyable, sweet floral fragrance that is perfect for springtime. And there you have it. Some amazing Middle Eastern fragrances that I love to wear in springtime. Have you heard about these? Let me know in the comment section some of your favorite Middle Eastern fragrances that you enjoy in springtime. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 1K subscribers, and I can only get to that goal with your help and support. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You are beautiful.